What's going on, Paladins? Back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Actually on my way to dinner right now, and just wanted to hop on here, record a quick video just to kind of talk about a topic that's been on my mind. Actually, it's funny, this actually came to me, the idea for this video came to me in the last like 24 hours. And so I went on YouTube, and apparently this is a topic that other people have been talking about for a while, so I guess I'm kind of late to the game. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of hop on here and just kind of go. So I'll just hop right into it. So sports. One of the things that I really want to work on, Paladins, and this is really, what's really kind of pushed this is the World Cup. So the World Cup started today. But one of the things I really want to work on is not taking sports too seriously. And I think that's something that a lot of us struggle with. I know it's something that I've struggled with, or it's crazy, I didn't even know it was a struggle until recently. But like, sports really aren't that important. There's actually a video that I saw about this where the guy was like, he said, modern day sports is designed to keep you broke. And the point he was trying to make was like, if you really think about it, like, let's say your team wins a championship, right? What's the first thing they normally do? Like, after they show them lifting the trophy, they start like pushing, commercials at you, like, oh, buy the championship t-shirt and buy the championship jersey and the championship hat, and you can also get one for your girlfriend. Buy the championship commemorative book. And he was just kind of making a joke that like, it's designed to keep you poor and keep you broke, and it's like you're getting broke while the team is getting rich. And so anyway, what really made me think about this was the World Cup is coming up, or the World Cup starts today. And I'm from England, so I'm a big fan of the England football team, and really Premier League in general, but the England national team is who I support. And I don't know, I just don't want to take it too seriously this go around. Like, I just kind of want to get to the point where, I enjoy the game. When the game is on, I'm watching the game, I'm enjoying it, great, awesome. And then when it's over, I go about my day. Like, I don't want to be like, how people are where the game is over with and that you spend the next 2 days dissecting the game and, arguing about the game with other people, or, even where, the outcome of the game like affects your mood. And I guess what really made me think about this is I was out the other day watching the NBA playoffs with some friends. We went to like a bar to watch it, and there were like grown men there when the Knicks weren't. It was the Spurs versus the Knicks, and they were like grown men. Whenever the Knicks would do anything, they'd be like, oh, we did this, and yeah, we did that. We about to, because the Knicks won the game, so they were like, oh yeah, we about to sweep the Spurs. We about to do this. Oh, we about to win the champion. And it's like, dude, no, you're not. You're not doing anything. They're gonna do it. You're just a spectator. And it made me think about times I've used that language, saying we when I'm referring to a sports team. And anyway, I'll kind of get into that as the video goes on. So I kind of wrote down some points that I wanted to hit. And so, okay, so the first one I'll talk about my boss. So when I first got out of college, or around the time, one of my first jobs out of college, I worked for this not property management. I worked for like a hotel management company in the corporate office. And so my boss, he was kind of a jerk at times, but he was a jerk, but he was one of those people that would tell you uncomfortable truths, right? And that was just his personality. So anyway, one day, I think me and another coworker, we were talking about sports, and we were talking about, I think, the NBA or NFL, and we were like having this, debate about, I don't know, something stupid, like who's better, Kobe or Jordan, like just stupid stuff, right? And then I think we started talking about when we played, like in high school, or when we played, neither one of us went professional, but like when we played the game. And my boss stopped us and was like, He was like, let me ask you a question. All the sports you played, all that, how much money did that make you? And at the time, I thought like, that was kind of rude. But when I look back on it now, yeah, it was kind of rude the way he said it. But he was right, though. Like, at the end of the day, it didn't make me any money. And that's the truth. So at the end of the day, it didn't matter. And not saying like money is everything. I'm not getting on here saying that. But money's important, right? In the world we live in. And it's like, it doesn't really matter. And so that made me think about, too, in today's day and age, where when we're watching sports, we're watching other men chase excellence. That was another video I saw where the guy was like, one of the problems he sees with modern day sports culture is like, especially for men, is like, you're watching other men chase excellence, right? So when you watch an NFL game or an NBA game or a Premier League, you're watching 22-year-old guys in their 20s who have reached the peak of their profession chase excellence, right? So to them, it's them competing, chasing excellence, trying to win a championship, trying to win the game. And yet you're watching them do that. And it's like, what are you doing in your life? Like, I don't know. I just think, for us as the fans, I guess, I think we need to, I'm not saying don't watch sports, because I love sports. Like, I'm not getting on here telling people don't watch sports, but like, I guess just keep it in its proper place. And just remember, like, at the end of the day, you're watching other men chase excellence. And it's like, maybe you should be chasing excellence in your own life instead of investing so much time into them. And guys, the other thing is too, sports culture will take up like your entire life if you let it, right? So you got the game. So like some people go to work, right? Zombie out at work, don't work out, right? Come home, eat chicken wings and pizza, watch a game for 2.5 hours, and then spend time after that talking about the game they just watched. And then go to work the next day and talk to their coworkers about the game they just watched, and then watch ESPN where they're talking about the game they just watched, where, just for the record, when you're watching ESPN, you're watching those people chase excellence because people that work at ESPN are at the top of their profession. You see where I'm going with this? Like, don't be a spectator of life. Like, what if we all just decided to stop caring about sports? Like, the NBA finals are on right now, right? And okay, so that's another thing. So like last night was, I think it was game 5 of the finals, and the Spurs were up, I guess. I didn't watch the game, but like the Spurs, I guess, were up by a bunch, and then the Knicks came back and beat the Spurs. Do you know, I'm literally in group chats with people where that's all they've been talking about all day. Like, the game is over with, right? And they're still talking about it. And it's like, why do you care? Like, at the end of the day, whether the Spurs win, whether the Knicks win, whoever wins, they don't care about you. They don't care about us, right? If you met any of those players on the street, they would have no time for you, right? They might take a picture with you, take a selfie. Hey, bro, bro, you're the man. Oh, appreciate your support. And go on about their day. If you asked them for $100, they wouldn't give it to you. So it's like, why do we invest all this time in other people's lives? And that's really what it comes down to, guys, with sports, is like, we're investing all of our time, money, energy into other people's lives, watching them be great when we could just be trying to be great in our own lives. So yeah, I don't know, like this entire day, maybe it just really clicked for me. Like this entire day, my phone has just been blowing up about, oh man, the Spurs blew it. Oh man, the Spurs choked. Oh man, the Knicks, they about to win. It's like, dude, who cares? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I would like to just get to a point where I watch a sport, a game. Oh, that was cool, man. Oh, that was awesome. Great. I move on about my time. Like, I move on with my life. Like, I'm not thinking about it, debating it, thinking, like I've been in arguments. I'm even ashamed to say this, but I've been in arguments where I'm arguing about sports, about what college a guy went to and what stats a guy has, and who's better, this player or that player, what era is better. And it's like, it's so stupid when you really think about it. It's so dumb. They don't think about our lives like that, so why do we think about them? You know? So, yeah, that's one point. Let me see what else I wanted to talk about. This is another thing. Sorry, you guys. There's an ambulance going by, if you can hear that. Here's another thing. Wearing another man's name on your back. So, this was something I'll admit I've never... maybe when I was a kid. I think when I was a kid, I had like a LeBron James. No, I'm lying. When I was a kid, I had a Michael Jordan jersey and LeBron James. But I've never really been one to wear jerseys. That just wasn't something I did growing up. But it's like, you'll have grown men wearing another, like I was at the bar I was at when I was watching the finals the other night. Like, there was a grown man, this dude is like my dad's age, wearing a Jalen Brunson jersey. It's like, yo, what are you doing? Like, Jalen Brunson is probably is young enough to be his son, be his child. And I guess one thing of like, you're Jalen Brunson's family. Like, I get that. Like, I don't, like, this doesn't really apply to like family members, which I guess it kind of could though. Like, if you're too invested in the sport too, even if you're a family member. But like, this dude is old enough to be Jalen Brunson's dad, and he's wearing Jalen Brunson's name on his back. And it's just kind of weird. Like, why are you wearing another guy's name on your back? When I really thought about it, I'm like, I will never do that again. I mean, I did it when I was a kid, but like, I definitely won't do it now. Like, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with wearing like a sports team's, like, I'll give you an example, like in the, for football, for soccer. Like, I have an England shirt, but there's no name, it's blank. The name on the back is blank, right? So, I don't know, like, that's kind of weird. And I saw other YouTube videos where YouTubers were talking about that for men, that like, fellas, like, really think about that. You're wearing another man's name on the back of your body. So it's like, if you really want to think about it on a deep level, the guy that I saw the other night at the bar, he's literally giving Jalen Brunson free advertising, right? Because that's all it is. It's like, so basically, Jalen Brunson is getting richer while you're not making any money, right? Like, you're literally giving him free advertising. I don't know, just kind of weird. So, just something to think about, fellas. Like, you know, just think about that. Wearing another guy's name on your back, you probably want to stay away from that. What else did I want to talk about? I honestly think fans care more than the players do. Like, I truly believe that. Like, I honestly feel like the Spurs probably care about how the game ended last night. And yeah, they want to win the championship or whatever. But I truly feel like if they don't, I think, yeah, it sucks in the moment. Like, oh man, that sucks. Where am I going for vacation? Like, they're thinking about it. For them, it's a job. And I truly believe it. I can't remember what podcast I was listening to, where I think it was Patrick Beverley said, he was on a podcast, I think with Paul George, and he was like, most NBA players don't love basketball. He was like, I think he said like 80%, I might be getting the numbers wrong, but I think he said like 80% of NBA players don't love basketball. Like, they don't eat, sleep, and breathe basketball. Like, they play because they're good or they're tall. They might even be good. They're just tall and it pays well. Like, and when he said that, the guy who was interviewing him was shocked. He was like, really? He's like, dude, yeah. He's like, bro, do you love your job? Do most people walking the earth love what they do for a living? No. We do it because we have to work. We live in a world where we have to work, right? And when I think about it now, what Patrick Beverley said, that most NBA players don't love basketball, I truly think that the fans are more invested and care more than the players do. You know, like, I remember, again, because again, I support England for the national team, and England hasn't won a World Cup since, or hasn't won a major trophy, I think, since like 1966. And like, every tournament when they lose, yeah, the players are down for a little bit, like, oh man. And then when they're giving the post-game interview, yeah, they're down. But I think most of them move on quickly. They're probably thinking about, okay, I got to get the kids ready for bed, and I got to go see the wife, and hey babe, where are we going for vacation? Let me, how am I going to invest my money? Like, but the fan, like, you'll have fans like hooliganism. Fans will be fighting in the street and people will die over a football match. Like, you know, I'm like, it's not funny, but it's like, why do we do that? You know, the people that are the product on the field, they don't care that much. So why do we? Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. So that's another thing. Like, again, there's nothing wrong with, because I'm really speaking to the men, because when you really think about it, it's really a feminine thing to like be that invested in sports. Like, if you really think about it, like, and I don't know, man. I just feel like as a man, we should chase excellence. We should try to be the best versions of ourselves, right? And I just don't know if you can be the best version of yourself if you're really super invested in sports. And the other crazy thing is, for some guys, this is like a year-long thing, because so basketball season's about to end. Football season is right around the corner. NFL, you know, I think football season is right around the corner. So you about to be super invested in football season. And by the time that ends, I don't know, for all the hockey people or baseball, whatever you like, or, you know, MLS, whatever, bro, this could end up being a year-long thing for you. And before you know it, years have gone by, and it's like, what do you have to show for it? They have something to show for it, right? So like, when I was growing up, LeBron James came into the league, right? So LeBron's career is probably about to be over. You know what's crazy? I don't even really follow basketball and football anymore. Really, even Premier League. Like, for Premier League, I support Tottenham. But for the past couple seasons, I haven't really followed the team that closely. NBA, definitely not. So I don't, like, a lot of the players now in the NBA, I don't know a lot of these guys anymore, you know? Even NFL. But, you know, LeBron, you know, all these guys, they have something to show for it. Number one, the money that they've made, they're millions, but whether they've won championships or the legacy that they've left on the game. But it's like, you as a fan, what do you have to show for it? Nothing. So, yeah, I don't know. I just, like, even with the NBA Finals this year, I think the game last night, I didn't watch it. Even, like, I think game 1, I didn't watch it. I think it was game 3. I didn't watch game 2. I watched game 3. It was when I went out with my friends to watch it. But it's like, it was cool. Like, I enjoyed myself, you know, going out. You know, we got some food. It was just for us to catch up because I hadn't seen them in a while. But honestly, guys, when I really look back on that night, I could have watched the highlights. It was, what made that night great, honestly, wasn't watching a bunch of 20-year-old guys run up and down with a ball. It was really just getting to hang with my friends and catch up with them, you know? But, like, honestly, guys, I could have just watched the highlights. I could have watched the 5-minute highlight clip on YouTube that the NBA will post to get what happened in the game. I could have just watched the highlights. And so, I don't know, this is just, I'm not trying to, you know, bash anybody because I've been that person. But this is just me, just kind of just how I was thinking about this. Let me see what else I want to talk about before I wrap this video up. So I talked about fans care more than the players do. Okay, this drives me crazy. You know how people will talk about a sports team and they'll be like, oh, we played, oh, we won. Like, someone in one of the group chats that I'm in, when I guess they had turned off the game last night because the Knicks were losing so bad, and then they woke up to see that the Knicks actually ended up winning, and they were like, I can't believe we won. What do you mean we? You didn't do anything. The Knicks won. You didn't do anything. You were sleeping. They won. Like, and I remember one time I was talking to my dad. This was years ago, and I think it might have been maybe the last World Cup or the last, yeah, I was talking to my dad, and I think me and my dad were making plans to meet up somewhere to watch the game. And I said to my dad, I said we play at 6 o'clock or something, or however I said it. And my dad was like, what do you mean we? He's like, I don't know those people. What do you mean we? There is no we. And I didn't understand what my dad was saying at the time, but I get it now. And he's right. Like, what do you mean we? There is no we. It's me as an individual. There is no we. I don't have any ownership. Am I the team owner? I have no ownership in the team. There is no we. And you can even take that even to like work. I try not to even So like I try not to even say that at my job. Like, oh, like if someone asks me what I do or what is the company where I work. Sorry about that, guys. I went over a bump. But like if somebody asks me, what do I do for a living? I try not to say, oh, I work for this company and we do this. I just try to say I work at this company and the company does this. I try to separate myself, if that makes sense. And I would encourage some of you guys to do that with sports. Like, try not to be like, oh, like, with England, I'll be like, oh yeah, England plays at this time. Oh yeah, England won the game, or England scored 2 goals, or whatever. Not, oh, we play, nah. Or like, oh, we play against Spain tomorrow. Like, nah, England plays against Spain. Yeah, so the we thing is just kind of weird. Like, cut that out. What else? I talked about highlights. This was another one, so I don't know if you guys watch, this is kind of taken off on YouTube where, like, trollers, I guess, where they'll go to like a sporting event, right? And they'll go to the opposing team sporting events in like, so like, great example, I'll say it this way. They'll go to like a Lakers game in Celtics gear in the opposing team, and they'll troll the fans, right? And I'm not condoning trolling, but I think why a lot of them do it, or maybe they don't do this, maybe they're just doing it to be annoying, but I think I think what's come out of that is you see how toxic sports culture is. And there's one in particular that I've seen. He's a troller, and when he's like, what he'll do is he'll show up and he'll say something about the team, like, oh, Lakers suck. And people will get so annoyed. He's not saying anything about them personally. He's just talking about the team. The team as he's a lot of times, I don't even think he even talks about the players. He's just talking about the team as an organization. He'll be, oh, Lakers suck or whatever. And the fans will be so mad and passionate about it and be ready to like fight this dude and like threaten him. And one of the things he always says back to them is like, dude, you care this much about a sports team, right? That doesn't know who you are, doesn't care about you. The owners, the players, none of them care about you. And he'll be like, they're getting rich and you're staying broke. You're getting broke, right? You're paying to go see them play. You're just putting money in their pocket and you're staying broke. And, I try to think about sports from that perspective a lot of times. Like, yeah, it's entertainment. There's nothing wrong with entertainment. But at the end of the day, it's really just you putting money in another man's pocket. Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe most sports owners are male. And most of the major sports that people watch are played by males. So I'm just going to put it that way. You're just putting money in their pocket when you really think about it on a deep level. So, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up the video here. I think I hit all the points that I wanted to make. Yeah, just hear me out and try that. That's something, again, I'm not perfect, guys. This is something that I struggle with, or, have been, maybe not even say struggle with, but this is something that I've been guilty of, is being too emotionally invested in sports. But it's something that I'm definitely going to work on with the World Cup that started today. That, like, I'll watch the matches, watch the game, enjoy it for what it is. And when it's over, that's it. Like, I'm not, even during the game, if England loses, I'm not upset about it. Like, it doesn't affect my life. If England wins the World Cup, Harry Kane or whoever's not going to call me and tell me thank you for your fandom, right? Like, he don't care about me. He don't know who I am. So, like, I don't want to be too invested like that. Like, enjoy it, while you're watching the game. Enjoy the camaraderie, I guess, with other fans. But I've been at, I used to be part of like the Tottenham Hotspur supporters club in Atlanta. And I remember one time Tottenham was playing against Arsenal, and Tottenham and Arsenal are big rivals. And so the bar we were at, there were Arsenal fans in there. And I think Arsenal scored 2 goals and Tottenham hadn't scored any, so it was 2-0. and the Arsenal fans were celebrating that were in the bar, and one of the guys from the Tottenham support group wanted to fight one of the Arsenal guys because they were celebrating, and he was trying to defend Tottenham's honor. I'm like, what? It was almost like I'm like, whoa. So anyway, don't do that, guys. If you're that person, stop immediately, quickly, expeditiously. Stop. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. You know, it's just not good for a man to be like that. If you're the person that you argue constantly about, oh, there's one more point I wanted to make, actually. If you're the person that you're constantly arguing about sports, stop. It's a female trait. It's very feminine to do that. That you're arguing about who's better, Jordan or Kobe or LeBron or Kevin Durant or Steph Curry. And bro, stop doing that. Stop. Immediately. Stop. And the other point I wanted to make was sports culture is designed to piss you off. So like I was on YouTube today and there was a video that came up on my feed and it was of Charles Barkley talking about, sorry guys, I went over another phone. It was Charles Barkley talking about the Spurs and them losing. And the title of the video was like, Charles Barkley goes off in all capital letters on the Spurs. And like, really, that video is just there to piss off Spurs fans to get views, right? So the people that post that video know Spurs fans are going to see that and they're going to be pissed off that their team didn't win, and they're going to be annoyed, and they're going to go on there and leave comments, and they're going to not like what Charles Barkley said. Or even if you watch like Stephen A. Smith, people like that, like First Take, I think is the show, right? I don't know if First Take is still on, but I know Stephen A. Smith is a sports commentator, but you know, or a sports pundit. Even people like that, right? His whole job is to piss you off, right? So Stephen A. Smith's I guarantee you, all they've talked about on SportsCenter today is the Spurs-Knicks game from last night, right? So their whole job is to piss you off and to make you think about a 2.5-hour basketball game for the next 48 hours until the next game. That's their whole job, guys, is to get you that triggered, to make you think about nothing else, to make you not think about your business that you could be starting, think about the money you could be investing, thinking about how to make more money, thinking about how to be the best version of yourself. No, they don't want you to do that. They want you to think about the Spurs and the Knicks for the next 48 hours until the next game. And guess what? When the finals are over, guess what? Then you turn to what? The draft, right? So then all they're going to be thinking about is who's going to be the number one draft pick? Who's the top 10 picks? Who's number one on the draft board? Why is this person going to fall on draft day? And then when the draft is over, right? So they're going to make you think about the draft. And when that's over, then they're going to make you think about mini camp or training camp, whatever they call it, right? Who's going to start? Who's going to be in summer league? How is the number one pick going to play in summer league? Like, you guys see what I'm saying? Like, it's all designed to keep your attention and keep you broke, guys. And that's what it really is. The NFL is the worst. The NFL is like a year-long business because you got the season, then you got the draft. Sorry, then you have pre-draft, then you have the draft, then you have mini camp, then you have training camp, then you have preseason, then the season again. Right? It's all designed to keep your attention, guys. So just be cognizant of that, guys. Be cognizant of these videos on YouTube, you know, where they have these sports pundits giving their opinion. You're literally like I used to be a big fan of First Take back in the day with Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. So you sit up there and, bro, you know what the crazy thing was? They would, mind you, this show ran every day. So they would literally have a 2-hour show. And even on days when there weren't a lot of sports topics, they would literally have a 2-hour show on just nothing. They'd be like, oh, the Lakers played last night and LeBron James scored 25 points on 9 for 20 shooting. Was that a bad shooting night by LeBron? What does this say about the Lakers and LeBron? Why is he not, like, just stupid stuff? They don't have anything to talk about, so they're reaching, but they know that it's going to keep people's attention. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up the video because I'm already at 30 minutes, but just be cognizant of that, guys. You know, don't be so invested in sport. And you can take this sports, celebrity culture, whatever, politics. Don't be so invested in other people's lives. You know, try to like focus on your life, because your life is pretty awesome. If you really sat back and instead of focusing on all these famous people that don't know you, that don't care about you, that you follow on Instagram and social media, instead of focusing on their lives and how cool their lives are, if you really took the time to really focus on what you've got going on, I think you would find that your life is pretty good. What's going on, guys? Sorry for the weird jump cut there. I was, I didn't know the place where I was coming to get dinner. I didn't know where it was, so I needed my navigation, so I needed to use my phone. But guys, I just wanted to wrap up the video here and just say, look, there's nothing wrong with being a supporter of a team. There's nothing wrong with watching sports. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that there's a fine line between, supporting a team, enjoying watching them play, and then being a fan. And I don't even like the word fan, honestly. I would encourage you guys not to describe yourself as a fan of anything, because fan is short for fanatic. So, I don't even really like the word fan, but there's a fine line, right? And it's very easy to cross that line. And so I would just encourage you guys, again, there's nothing wrong with enjoying the game, watching the game, whatever, but make sure you're investing in your own life first before you're investing your time, because your time is precious, before you're investing your time and energy into other men chasing excellence. Because at the end of the day, that is what you are doing. When you are watching a 2-hour game, you are watching other men chase excellence at the highest level. And so make sure that you're investing into your own life. And maybe that's probably the pull of sports for us too, is I think a lot of us, maybe we use it as escapism from our own lives. It's a form of escapism. But I guess then the bigger question is, maybe do the work in your own life that your life doesn't have to be something that you want to escape from, if that makes sense, right? If your life is to the point where you're using sports as escapism, then maybe the next question is, why is my life something that I want to escape from? And so I would just encourage you guys in that. Again, I'm not perfect. This is something that I struggle with, but it's something that I've really have vowed to myself to make an effort to change starting now. And look, again, if you're the person playing on the field, playing in the court, then, more power to you. Be obsessive, right? If you win the league, of course, this is your legacy, or you're trying to make a name for yourself in the league, then of course, yes, be obsessive, do all that. But for the person that's watching to have that same level of obsessiveness for something that they're not even doing is not right. It's weird when you really break it down, for you to be that invested in something you have no control over, and look, guys, reality is, I'll just use the NBA Finals. NBA Finals, when it's over, whatever team wins, they're going to celebrate on the court. The fans will be there. They'll celebrate. Some of them will probably cry, right? The fans. And guess what? When it's all over, maybe the fans will celebrate in the street. Maybe the fans will go to the parade. But when it's all over, give it a week or two, everybody's going to go home and resume their life. And you're going to have the same problems and life struggles that you had before. And so, just try to keep perspective on that. Try to always maintain that level of perspective. The players, even the players that lose the championship, I don't think they're sitting at home all summer depressed about it. They might be down for a little bit, oh man, that sucked, I really wanted to win. And then they get up and they move on with their lives, and they go on vacation or do whatever it is that they do. And guess what? The following year, there'll be a brand new season. Everyone starts from scratch, right? There was even a YouTube video I saw where one of the guys was like, sports is a scam, because he was like, you as the fan, you go on this journey with the team, right? So you go on this journey, you buy all the jerseys, the memorabilia, you buy one for your girlfriend, you buy one for you, you buy a cup and a mug, whatever. You go to the games, you buy the ticket, you buy season tickets, you buy food, you do all these, you scream, you shout. You know, if you get into a fight with other fans, right? Your team wins the championship. We won, right? And then when it's all said and done, what does the team do? There's a new season and the team wants you to buy more, right? And the guy was like, hang on, I thought we won, right? If we won, why are you asking me for more money, right? But new season comes around, you do it all over again. A new season comes around, you do it all over again. You know, and so he was like, sports is a scam. And I agree with him, honestly. You know, even the World Cup that's coming up, right? You do all this, you know, all this preparation, you know, if the team you like, your country wins the World Cup, they celebrate with a trophy, you know, and then everyone goes about their lives, you know, and they've just gotten richer and you haven't done anything. And, you know, they retire and they live their lives and they've accomplished things and done things. And what do you have to show for it? So I just encourage you guys to really, you know, I'm not the first person to talk about this. There's plenty of videos about this on YouTube. So I would just encourage you guys to really, I'm not saying stop watching sports and be done with, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying really invest in your own life first, you know? And I challenge you guys to watch the highlights, man. I think a lot of times you'll find that you get the same end result from just watching the 5-minute highlight and as opposed to you spending however many hours invested in the game, you know. And so, you know, and I get to, like, you know, sports is a way for people to come together and enjoy, you know, like I was telling you guys with my friends that we were watching the game on Friday. So I understand all that, but I'm just saying outside of that, you know, do you first, do your work first, invest in yourself first, and then maybe go enjoy that time with your friends. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap up here. I hope you guys get something out of this video. Again, like, share, subscribe, and I would love to get the conversation going in the chat. You know, do you guys agree with me? Is this something that you guys have struggled with too? You know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm crazy, or people that talk about this, do you guys think that we're wrong, that, you know, that know that this is a healthy thing? You know, do you guys think there's a fine balance? What do you guys think the fine balance is? I love to get the conversation going. So please, you know, let's get the conversation going. But I will see you guys next time. I hope you're doing well, staying stoic, and you know, let's be great Paladins. We got one life to live, and we can be really great in this life. So go be great today, guys. Go do something good today. Go do something productive, positive, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.